today's art activity, we are going to create a Robert Indiana inspired word sculpture. Once you have logged into Tinkercad, you are going to click on plus create and then 3D design. Now that I am in my workspace, you can see that the blue square is the work plane. This is where we will be building our sculpture. Over here on the left are some navigational tools. This changes the view of the work plane so I can see all around my sculpture. This takes me home to the home view. This will zoom in on my sculpture, and I can also zoom in and out right here. We're going to start by building one letter at a time. I'm going to use the text tool. I'm going to click, drag, and drop it onto my work plane. I'm going to type in just one letter at a time. I can only add one letter. If I try to add all of the letters at the same time, I will not be able to move them around and build them into a sculpture. Once you are done adding the first letter, go ahead and unclick it, and then you can add the next letter. It does not matter right now where you put them on the work plane, but make sure that they are all capital letters. Lowercase letters are different heights. We want to build our sculpture so it is stable, so therefore we're going to use capital letters so they're all the same height. Once I have all the letters on my work plane for my word sculpture, I am going to carefully click them and drag them and put them closer together. Sometimes Tinkercad will multi-select, so I recommend unclicking your letter before you try to slide it around. Slide it and move them close together. I am now going to zoom in on my sculpture so I can see better what I am doing. I can use this box tool right here to fit my sculpture into the view, and then up here I'm going to click top so that way I'm looking straight down at my word sculpture. I want to make sure that the letters are touching. If the letters are not touching, they will not print correctly. Try to match them up the best you can. Then I'm going to take the top letters and match them to the bottom letters. That looks pretty good. You do want them to overlap so that way you know that they will be touching when it prints. Try not to touch all of the boxes and arrows and different little buttons that are connected to the letters. We do not want to change or modify the shapes of our letters for this project, so just try to click the space of the letter. If you want to, you can change the colors of your letters by clicking the color circles, but when it prints, everything was going to print with white filament, so whatever color you make it does not matter. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to select whatever letter is in the top right hand corner. So this letter is the letter that we are going to rotate. These letters we're going to leave straight up and down, parallel and perpendicular, but this one we're going to rotate. Whatever letter happens to be here, you can spin it sideways. These letters we cannot spin even if you have an O or whatever letter might be down here, because we want our sculpture to be balanced, and if I rotate one of these letters it will throw the balance off on my sculpture. So I select this letter, and then right here is the arrow that will spin it sideways. Now there are other arrows, but those are not the ones we want. We want the one that makes it look like a circle going around the letter. So I'm going to tap it, drag it, and when I'm done rotating I'm going to let go. Then I'm going to slide it around to make sure it's still in the right spot. Once I like the way my sculpture looks and everything looks like it's touching, all the letters look correct, I'm going to unclick. I can click the home view to go back to the main view. I can spin it around and look at it, check it out. And then when I'm all done, up at the top, I'm going to type in my name right up here. And then I'm also going to type in word sculpture. Type and name and label your art, and when you are finished, you tap the Tinkercad logo in the top left hand corner to save. To log out of Tinkercad, you're going to tap the icon right here, and then it'll pop up log out.